What's up, everybody? JT here, and we are going to go over an update on how EzLayUp Algo works and how each part of it works and how you can use it to benefit your trading. So let's get started. So when you get EzLayUp Algo, when you sign up with Find Your Edge Trading, or if you sign up with EzLayUp Algo at EzLayUpAlgo.com, you're going to go to your indicators and your invite-only scripts, and you're going to see EzLayUp Algo 2.0. And you're going to click that. Now, you will get 4 scripts, but this will be the first one that we're going to look at. And we'll click that on there. And we're gonna go over what comes with EzLayUp Algo. Now, when you first put it on here, you just have these general buy and sell signals, okay? Now, if you go to your settings, you can turn on trend lines. You can turn supply and demand zones. You can automatically put daily, 4-hour, 1-hour, 30-minute, and current time frame resistance and support levels. You can also turn off the buy and sell signals if you want. You can leave them on. You can turn off the candlestick change of color, which it will change the color if it's a buy or a sell. We have the moving average band now off, as people preferred it that way, because we now added something else, which we'll go over here in a minute. But my favorite settings, given the fact that the other indicators that we have now, are the EzLayUp trend lines are on, the supply and demand zones are actually off because it is actually included in the Smart Money Concepts indicator that we have. And I will leave off the current time frame and the 30-minute bar. But I will leave on the daily, the 4-hour, the 1-hour resistance lines and support, and the trend lines. And then I will hit OK. So when I'm using this, I'm not just using it for, the buy and sells, okay? Because right now we're in this chop, so there's a lot of nothing going on here. Okay, so I'm not particularly using it for that. But I am using it for the trend lines to keep me in line with what are the trends at the moment. And I do want to use, and it will adjust depending upon the time frame, guys. If you want to use a 3-minute, it will change the trend lines. It will change the signals based upon the time frame. Okay, so even if you use a larger time frame, like let's say a 65-minute chart, then the signals are going to be a little bit less, and the trend lines are going to be representative of that, as well as some of the levels. Okay, coming back to 15 here, we're going to now put on the second indicator from the list, which is the EzLayUp higher high, lower low, support and resistance lines 2.0. And what this will do is, if the stock is making higher highs and higher lows, it's going to make the bars all green. If it's making lower highs and lower lows, then it's going to make it red. So that keeps you in line with the trend. Now, if you hit the settings bar here, you can turn off the bar color. You can also, it will also, like I said, label these highs and lows and tell you if it's a higher high or a lower high, or a higher low or a lower low. You can also change it to where the lines are solid. They can be dash. All right, it's totally up to you. So for me, I prefer maybe the dash lines. And yeah, and if you don't want those, you can just turn those off. Okay, and then I'll hit OK. The next indicator we have is the EzLayUp Smart Money Concepts. And with the EzLayUp Smart Money Concepts, it will show the order blocks, whether they're bullish or bearish. It will show the premium zone, it will show the equilibrium, and it will show the discount zone. It will also represent whether it was a weak high, or a strong high, or a strong low, or a weak low. It will also show previous day's high, low. As you can see here, it's showing the previous day's high and I believe the previous week's high, as well as the previous week's low. The month, it'll just say PDH or previous PMH or PWH. Okay? So that is that. And the last one that we have here, which is the new thing, is the EzLayUp box. Now this is the box, okay? And what's so great about the box is, let's say that you like using EMAs. You like using EMAs on your chart. Let's say you like using, let's say the 8 and the 21, okay? Then you can have this set as a setting in your chart. So let's go to the settings here in the box here. And let me show you this. So you don't need to change any of this. The sentiment colors, you can change those. It will tell you whether it's bullish or bearish. You can change those to any colors that you prefer. You can also change the position of the table. It can be in the top right, bottom left, top left, totally up to you. All right, now back to this. The EMA crossover, you can change this. So let's say you want like a little more, like let's say you want the 50 and the 200. Then you can put the 50 and the 200 as your crossover. All right. Also, we like to use things like the whole moving average to help us understand the trend. And we like to use at FYE something like the 9 whole moving average to get an understanding if the trend is changing. So that's why it's set to that on the short-term length. And then we have something called the detrended price oscillator, which helps determine the longer-term trend. So we set that at the 21, okay? And then we have the regular TTM settings, and then it'll tell you whether the TTM is bullish or bearish. And last but not least, it will also tell you on the box where VWAP is. Okay, so let's say that I wanted to put the 14 and the 30. Let's say I wanted my short-term length to be 9. We'll leave it at that. My DPO the same, and everything else the same. We'll hit OK. So what this is going to do is it's going to tell me that my crossover on the EMAs currently is bullish. Okay. We're currently above VWAP, which is at 14,680 or 68. The short-term trend is bearish right now, and the long-term trend is actually gone a little bit bearish as well. Now, this is again based upon the time frame of the chart that you are using. The only thing that will stay the same, of course, will be the VWAP, because that is constant based upon the volume and the price action that's going on within a day's time. And again, the TTM is also going to be based upon that. So, putting this all together, maybe I would, if I was looking for a setup, I would look to see a break of, let's say, back below these lows. And if we're, breaking a descending trend line or something like breaking a trend line or something like that, then we can target an area to the downside and vice versa. Right? Now this will work on any time frame, even as little as 2 minutes here. If we want to go to a 2-minute chart, you can see that we have our areas as well of support and resistance from these order blocks. You can see that it labels off these areas over here as support. Now, once price goes through these areas, then you will actually see that shade come off because that area has now been broken. So again, what this is representing on the chart is this is where the premium market is at currently. This is where the 50% or the equilibrium is, and this is where the discount is. Now again, it's totally up to you as how you want to use this in its entirety. You can change it up as many ways as you want. I see people that decide, hey, listen, I don't want this part, and let's say that I do want that, but I like the box, but let's say that I just don't want these areas, and let's say that I don't even want the buy and sell signals. I just want to go solely off the smart money concepts, which, by the way, it has, the equal lows, the equal highs. It has the change of character. It's got the change of character. It's also got break of structure. So bearish break of structure, bullish break of structure. All those are labeled for you. Okay, you don't have to do any of that. So anyway, like I was saying, you could just use this however you like. It's totally up to you. Let's say you want to use the box differently. Let's say you want, have some faster. Let's say you want a 5 and a 9 because you're trying to trade, in a much smaller time frame. Then you can see that now the crossover has gone bearish, right? And let's say maybe you're waiting for price to go below VWAP and price to get below this area of support. And then you can target the next area of support. A lot of people that I know use these areas of support and resistance to trade from level to level. So it's totally up to you. Again, what the purpose of EzLayUp is to kind of lay the groundwork for you. It's to give you the ultimate roadmap for you. All right. Ultimately, it's up to you on how you want to use it. But we're just trying to make things a little bit easier so that you can see the price action and you can really judge based upon what's shown to you objectively, whether it's bullish, whether it's bearish, and how you should take the trade. If you have any further questions, just make sure to reach out to us, and thank you for watching.